Hey guys, welcome back for round 4. We're going to get straight into it. So, we're currently 3-0. We bested our opponent on green-black, on mono-red, and then on a Esper control deck. Blue-black splashing to Teferi, I assume. We unfortunately didn't see much of the Esper control deck, but oh well. If you want to play against more Esper control, just play some more matches, I guess. I think that I'm probably incredibly favored in that matchup because they have a real hard time dealing with Niv-Mizzet. I'll keep this. Good hand. Has lands and opt so I can find what I need for a specific matchup. I will start with Watery Grave tapped though. Plenty of time to cast opt. This deck. Now I can shock now, or I can wait to potentially nag a Curious Obsession. I believe the better play is just to try to nag a Curious Obsession, so I will just wait. Curious Obsession is their best card, so yeah, so shock this. I'll opt as well. Just want any removal spells. Niv-Mizzet, are you too slow? I don't think Niv-Mizzet is too slow. That deck kind of works by... So it's a mono blue aggro deck with lots of counter spells, sometimes bounce spells, like Exclusion Mage is a 2/2 for 3 that bounce the creature. Dive down like we have. So Niv-Mizzet is a really good card against pretty much all of that except for the bounce. But they don't have a lot of pressure at the moment. So I will probably have enough time to get to Niv-Mizzet. I'll Discovery Dispersal, try to find more removal spells so that I can buy time to get to Niv-Mizzet. I'll just bottom both of these. I'll bin both of those, rather. Yep, so nothing yet. Play Drowned Catacombs and pass. Now, I currently don't have any removal in hand, so I'm hoping that they don't play a Tempest Djinn here. Yeah, well, they got the Tempest Djinn. At the very least, I know I said that I didn't want to play Tempest Djinn. We do have a lot of good answers for it in creatures that can trade with it. Or, again, removal spells that can kill it. Like Crackling Drake. So this is going to be a... Theirs might be a 4/4 on turn 4, but ours is going to be a 5/4 on turn 4. So I need another red source for Crackling Drake. Now, do I want to play Drake or Nicol Bolas? I'd rather... Their cards, they'll probably have a lot of redundancy. Plus, if they have multiple Curious Obsession, if I play Nicol Bolas and they make that a 5 toughness creature with an aura, then my Nicol Bolas can't block. But this is going to be a 5, so they would have to put like multiple Curious Obsessions on it to be able to do that. So I'll just draw a card with Crackling Drake. Gets me close to removal spells. If somehow they get... If they go all in on this, then I can double block at a later point. So they could have dive down here, but I want them to spend their mana. In fact... Ooh, I didn't think about that. Merfolk Trickster to remove the ability that grants Crackling Drake power. I didn't think about that. You learn something new every day. Now, I don't actually have the 3rd red mana to cast Nicol Bolas at the moment. I'm worried that one of these is going to get countered. I'll just play Nicol Bolas, because I'd rather the Crackling Drake resolve, so I'll lead with the Nicol Bolas the Ravager. If Nicol Bolas resolves, then that's good as well. Yeah, Wizard's Retort, as I assumed they had a counter. Yeah, unfortunately this is what I meant when I really needed a counterspell. Crackling Drake resolved and then didn't actually do anything against their board. It wasn't good enough. A cast down, however, would have been able to prevent a lot of damage. Okay, there's a Sarkhan Fireblood, but I don't think that's going to be fast enough. If they have a counterspell for this Crackling Drake, I'll be very, very far behind. Yeah, they have another counterspell, which is brutal. Now, if we draw an untapped land, I can Niv-Mizzet plus. Okay, they have a second Tempest Djinn. I don't think I have any outs now. No, dead. Yep. Now, admittedly, we don't have a lot of spells that kill the Tempest Djinn specifically, so I'm not going to be like, oh no, we didn't draw removal, blah blah. But my plan with the opt was to try to find a cast down, because after that one turn that I wasn't able to remove it, they were able to kill the Drake. It felt like I couldn't win. Everything I played got countered after that. So the aim against this deck is to try to get in underneath what they're doing. So I'm not going to try bothering with Sarkhans and Dragon's Hoard. I will get that in there with the Beacon Bolts and just maximize the number of removal spells I have. That is 63. I don't think I have time to do Discovery Dispersal shenanigans. Thief of Sanity is a decent blocker in this matchup, I'll give it that. They have a decent number of 2/2s and 1/1s. They have a lot of counters, so I'm considering putting in Duress, or just leaving some number of various cards for Niv-Mizzet, like Dragon's Hoard, Sarkhan, that kind of thing. Thinking. I'll just keep the 2 Syncopates. So that is 60. I will just submit that. I admit there's a decent chance that Niv-Mizzet is... So my deck is full of removal. So we're going to go to a mid-game pretty much every time, like we did that game. And Niv-Mizzet is a really good way to, from the mid-game, get to the end game. Okay, this hand is a little too expensive for my taste. Although it has... I probably should have bought out these Rows now that I think about it. That was my mistake. I do need more lands or early interaction. I can't justify keeping a hand like this that will cast Niv-Mizzet on turn 9 or something like that. This hand is better. It's definitely better. And I will keep it. Yeah, I'll keep Opt on top. Yeah, so unfortunately that's a pirate, so Cannonade doesn't kill that one. Sulfur Falls. Yeah, Merfolk Trickster. The 1/1 unblockable is obviously not a pirate. Well, it's not obviously not a pirate, but it is not a pirate. It's a Merfolk Warrior. Okay, they played nothing. I'll just opt on the end step. Watery Grave on the bottom. Nicol Bolas. Okay, so Siren Storm Tamer can counter spells and abilities that I cast on their creatures, but it costs a blue mana to use. So if they play a Tempest Djinn here, I'll be able to have a great turn of casting it down, untapping, and then playing Nicol Bolas. Given the way that our decks work and that I only have one threat, if they don't play anything here, I'm not going to play anything into their Wizard Lightning. Sorry, not Wizard Lightning, Wizard Retort. Okay, that's good for me. Like I mentioned, what exactly I wanted happened. So cast down the Djinn. That's one of the reasons cast down is better than Lightning Strike, because this is unconditional answer for creatures like that is so powerful. And just play Nicol Bolas. A 4/4 is very good against a deck like this that's full of 1/1s, 2/2s, etc. And sure, they can bounce Nicol Bolas over and over as many times as they want, but each time they do, they have to discard a card. Okay. Mountain. Now, I could Shock plus Cannonade, which would kill the Djinn if they didn't have a Spell Pierce. But if they have a Spell Pierce, I look like an idiot for doing that play. Alternatively, I could Shock plus Like shock, cannonade, and attack makes sense to me. Alternatively, I can block and dive down, and if they counter it, then I can shock plus cannonade. Yeah, that seems good to me. So they attack, I block. Or don't block. Sorry. Okay, so Curious Obsession. I will just shock the Djinn, and I'll see if they counter that. Now the thing about Curious Obsession is you have to attack, otherwise you sacrifice it. So if they sacrifice the Siren Storm Tamer to protect their Djinn from the shock, they do have to attack with the Djinn. And then I can cannonade to kill it, or dive down. Yep, so they're countering the shock. Yeah, so now that's on there. Now they're going to attack. I'll block. Now the question is, which of these two do I want to play first? I don't think he would counter the dive down, so that is a bit of a moot point. I'll use the cannonade first, I believe. If he has a way to remove the Nicol, this will pressure him to do that. Okay, so negate on Fiery Cannonade, that's fine. I'll follow it up with a dive down on the Nicol, the Ravager. Because I'd rather use that to save my creature. Now, I'm not going to throw away my Nicol for the Tempest Djinn, so I may as well attack here. Curious Obsession, I can make them pay 4. Yeah, I can beat them drawing 1 card a turn, but them drawing 2 cards a turn will be... They'll get ahead of me way too fast. Assuming they don't have anything else good in hand already. I think the best draw here for me would be like Crackling Drakes, or Phoenix, or Cast Down. I'm not sure if I kept Discovery Dispersal in my deck, but if I did, that would be a good draw. I don't think that I did, though. Yeah, Night Veil Sprite. And Mist-Cloaked Herald. Yeah, Merfolk Warrior. Okay, so I have 1 turn to draw something good. I could draw Niv-Mizzet. Niv-Mizzet, who can't be countered, would be a good draw, I believe, although it might be too slow. Yep, they're attacking with everything. I'll just block the Night Veil Sprite and take 7. Yep, they get to draw a card. Yeah, they kept a card on top, so it must be a good one. Another Tempest Djinn, sure. Okay, Opt is not a good one, unfortunately. Moment of Craving. Well, I need something better than that. Obviously, I'm dead now. I'm just considering whether or not I should have kept Moment of Craving. I think I have to risk it. I think I have to risk it and bottom it, even though it didn't work out, to get a Cast Down for Tempest Djinn or a Crackling Drake, Rekindling Phoenix, something like that. Oh, Arena crashed. Give me 1 moment just to launch that bad boy back up. Now, that game might show you the power of Thief of Sanity, even though I didn't board it in. just the amount of turns that they didn't have a way to block it, and if they have the... they don't have the Tempest Djinn back to block, then I can just attack in every turn. Now that I'm on the play, I'll strongly consider bringing in Thief of Sanity. Now, if I know right, this should take me back into my match? No, wait. Did I lose game 1? Okay, I can't remember. Maybe I did lose game 1. Anyway, we will be back for the next round in a moment. Oh yes, I did lose game 1, so I lost game 2 as well. Yep, that makes sense. I will just pause this and then we'll be back for the next round.